This episode of Playing on a Budget is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source of games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source of Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with another episode of Playing on a Budget. This week is going to be a special episode, I guess this entire month, for the Rogue Deck Builder and for the Playing on a Budget. I'm going to be focusing on decks that were submitted to my Rogue Deck of the Month contest. There is plenty of budget decks. We had over 100 entries. Some of them are modern and some of them are standard. This one in front of you happens to be a standard deck. And anyway, just let me get back to that contest. So the contest ran through November. Submissions were, you could submit your Rogue Deck to Rogue Deck of the Month, and actually Cool Stuff Inc. and Gathering Magic is going to be sponsoring the prize support. So I'll keep you guys updated on that if you entered. Thank you very much. We will have the contest up and running here shortly. But for the month of December, like I said, I'm going to be spotlighting a bunch of those videos on the episodes of Playing on a Budget and the Rogue Deck Builder. So this one is by Magic Man Sam. He actually has a very awesome YouTube channel. We'll show it here. He's been playing this deck quite a bit. He's calling this the Steam Goblin, and it's an Izzet tempo deck. And he's got a bunch of videos, so we'll link them here. We'll link the videos, and you can check them out. What it utilizes is Guttersnipe, Young Pyromancer, and Steam Augury for just card advantage, kind of a tempo burn type strategy, and it's given pretty good results, so I thought I'd give it a test drive, see how well it plays out here on MTGO. The prices here, this is around $60 for the rares. We'll load up cool stuff here. So here's my cart. These are all the rares that it requires in the deck. These prices are brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the official sponsor of Playing on a Budget and GatheringMagic.com. All right, so this one requires just 2 Anger of Gods, 2 Mizzium Mortars, and both of those are around $3 a piece. 2 Niv-Magus Elementals, which is my own edition. Magic Man Sam does not use Niv-Magus Elementals. It's just one of my cards that I'm completely in love with the Hidden Strings Niv-Magus Elemental combo. So I had to be true to myself and add the kind of rogue feel to it by playing the Niv-Magus Elemental Hidden Strings. Then we have Steam Augury, which is a bulk rare. It's only 50 cents, and then Steam Vents at $10 a piece. So it puts us, besides the Steam Vents, which you could use Izzet Guildgates if you're really, really, really on a tight budget, this could be a $15 deck. Some of the uncommons are a little bit pricey, but again, uncommons are easy to come by if you're a smart player. You can harass your drafting friends for them. They probably have tons of Guttersnipes and Young Pyromancers. Guttersnipe was just reprinted in the Commander deck, Commander 2013, the Grixis one, which was open like crazy for the True Name Nemesis, so there's tons of Guttersnipes going around there. You should be able to pass to your friends to find those, no problem. Anyway, let's get back to the deck. The deck runs 23 lands. I'm running the 2. He's updated this list since this list. He's using Mutavaults instead of Izzet Guildgates, but since Mutavaults are one of the most expensive cards in Standard right now, I couldn't justify putting them in the deck as this is Playing on a Budget. So we're playing 2 Izzet Guildgates. I thought about Encroaching Wastes for Nykthos Shrine of Nyx, but it seems just too slow with the Encroaching Wastes, so I'm not going to play them. Then we have this 4 Steam Vents, and then we're playing 8 Islands and 9 Mountains. At our 1-drop, which I think he is running 3 Mizzium Skins. I'm running 2. I'm running 2 more in the sideboard, as they are dead cards against a ton of decks. But in fact, well, maybe they're not. Maybe that's something we'll mess around with, because it might end up being a more powerful card than I give it credit. And then I am running 2 Niv-Magus Elementals, as these are kind of like a Mizzium Skin by themselves. What Niv-Magus Elemental is going to eat a removal. So we're basically putting this down first turn to protect our Young Pyromancer or our Guttersnipes or our Spellheart Chimeras. Now, Magic Man Sam uses Quickens for Hidden Strings here. I decided to use, there's not one sorcery in this entire deck, so Quicken is just, it is just a cantrip card that basically you draw a card and put it in the graveyard. And the only card in this deck, I mean, it's 2 damage off of Guttersnipe, it's Young Pyromancer token, and it is more cards in the graveyard for Spellheart Chimera. I don't know how powerful that's going to be, so we're going to mess around with Hidden Strings instead. Kind of does the same thing. It doesn't draw us a card, but if we can get Hidden Strings attached to a Guttersnipe or Young Pyromancer or Niv-Magus Elemental, a lot of times that can be game. And it does not, once Hidden Strings gets the creature dies, it is exiled, so it does not help Spellheart Chimera. But I don't know if that's going to end up being a problem. Again, I could go down to 2. I want hidden strings. Again, this is kind of the rogue feel to it. So I want the hidden strings to Magus Elemental or the Guttersnipe combo in here. So that's why I'm including them. Izzet Charms, it's a 2 of. Magic Man Sam runs a total of 4 of in the main board, but he does say it is his weakest card. So I'm thinking about just running 2 of in the deck and going a more proactive strategy. Then we're running a full package of Magma Jets and Lightning Strikes. Shock is definitely an option. You could go Shock instead of the like Mizzium Skins or Izzet Charms. I'd be definitely okay with that, as they are direct damage, as they are very good against a number of decks. The problem with Shock is it is a dead card against a lot of decks, or just not as good as like Magma Jet is or Lightning Strike is. The 3 damage is very relevant. 3 damage kills an Almond Speaker. 3 damage a lot of times another scenario, Young Pyromancer, trigger, you Lightning Strike the Loxodon Smiter, then block with a token. I mean, there's a lot of things that the Magma Jet and Lightning Strike can do that the Shock does not do. That 2 scry is very important in this deck. So then on our 3-drop is kind of our finishers here with Guttersnipe and Spellheart Chimera. And he reverses these. Magic Man Sam uses 4 Spellheart Chimeras and just 3 Guttersnipes. But since we're going the hidden strings route, I'm thinking that it is better to run a full 4 package of the Guttersnipes. Now on to Steam Augury, which is an amazing card. You reveal the top 5 cards of your library and separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles, put that pile in your hand, the other in their graveyard. So it gives you a lot of ammo for your Spellheart Chimera. You get to separate them, so he's going to give you at least 1 relevant card, hopefully 2 relevant cards. And it just gets rid of those excess lands. Either you get them in your hand, and then that's, I guess, with the Izzet Charm, maybe a 4 of package is better for getting rid of the excess lands that the Steam Augury is going to get you. But it is card advantage. It's instant speed. It definitely replaced itself. It will give you a lot of significant card advantage and hopefully find you the card that you need. On to the sideboard. The sideboard is very open to your own interpretations for what deck you'll be facing. I know he uses Smelt a lot because in his meta is a ton of mono black Devotion, which Whip of Erebos is a problematic card for him. But I think that between the Izzet Charms and Syncopate, I'm not too worried about a non-creature spell that I can get rid of quite easily with like I said, the Syncopates and Izzet Charms. Again, you could go into more of a counterspell route, which I am going 3 Essence Scatters rather than 2 in the sideboard, as Desecration Demon, Grey Merchant of Asphodel, Master of Waves, all those cards, we drop our threat the turn before then, and then I like to just hold back the Essence Scatters after that, and then just tempo them out. I have a 1 of Gainsay in the side, or 2 Gainsays in the sideboard for the Esper, U-White Control, and Mono Blue Devotion list. Very, very powerful card. It counters a blue spell. A lot of decks are playing blue right now, especially, I would say, number 2 and number 3 decks, Esper and Mono Blue Devotion, are playing Gainsay, so it's definitely a great card in the sideboard. And again, only a 1 of Syncopate. Now, the Anger of Gods are in here against the all-out decks, so any of the decks that go a ton of creatures, you're just going to hold your creatures back, wait till they overextend, Anger of Gods, clear the board, and then you'll have the card advantage over them. Drop a Young Pyromancer and start the beatdown. Mizzium Mortars are basically in here for Loxodon and Smiter. They're in here for Blood Baron Vizkopa. They're in here for any of the cards that are just a little bit out of the range of Lightning Strikes. Again, it takes care of a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, and sometimes you need to do that. So Mizzium Mortars are and who knows, you never know when you have to overload this thing. Again, with the Anger of Gods Mizzium Mortar package, you can really punish those Celestia and Mono Blue Devotion decks. And again, the 2 more Izzet Charms in the sideboard. So for a more detailed analysis of this deck, the Magic Man Sam has tons of videos here, and they're all very well done. It's a very great YouTuber. One of the things I'm going to try to be doing in the future too is showcasing some of these other YouTube channels. We're trying to get a good YouTube community, a very strong YouTube community. Other games like League of Legends or Dota or World of Warcraft have a huge YouTube presence, and unfortunately Magic is very small on YouTube. There is starting to be some heavyweights like Day 9 that have started to play more Magic, and especially their new Geeks and Sundry channel, which they play the Spell Slingers. I'm sure you've seen those advertisements in the in the Friday Night Magic, like the latest Friday Night Magic promo came with a big advertisement for Spell Slingers. So there is those heavyweights, but as far as the little guy, there are not many Magic the Gathering channels as there is like the League of Legends and whatnot. So I'm hoping to showcase some of these other YouTube channels and give the love that is deserved. So please go check out the Magic Man Sam's channel. It's very well done, and this is where this deck comes from. So I'm totally ripping this off of the Magic Man Sam. I hope he doesn't mind. And there you have it. We'll play some games here. This is Kevin with Gathering Magic and RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.